All right, Shalom. All right, Shalom. When I say call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting and doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back again with another lesson, Lord willing. This is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Man, just been tossing and turning majority of the night. Couldn't sleep. And then, you check your phone or whatever, man, and, your electronics you have in your house, the lights from that, man, that stuff really mess with your sleep pattern. It really do, man, and it just messed with your sleep patterns. They're known to interfere with your sleep pattern before bed. So it it suppresses the production of melatonin, basically, that helps regulate and make you sleep. And plus, it makes it harder to go to sleep when these lights, man, from these computer screens, laptops, and these phones. It's like, God damn, man. And I was just thinking about. I remember the brother in Alabama Mysteries of the Kingdom, man. Our Rum. He had said one time a while back that like if you catch a common cold, you know what I mean, you stump your toe or something like that, that's a spiritual overtone, like this man has taken peace from the earth, meaning the rulers and the powers that be. Remember in the Job 9:24, it said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? What other nation of people that's in rulership and power today have put up a so-called white image of our Lord described in the book of Revelations, up plastered around the world, saying this is so-called Jesus when his name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew? So they paint these images and they saying that whom the world so ignorantly calls God, name is Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, the Most High. They paint these images in likeness of their own. So when you go into the book of First Maccabees 3:48, he speaks about how he paint the likeness of his images, because they saying that they're the people and they want to X out the true biblical people. They want to X out whom the world called so-called God, named Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, man. That's basically blasphemy. So this man was given his blessing, and his blessing is a sword. And I hope it just is coming together to make sense. A sword do what? And what sword is your modern day gun or your knife, whatever. And what do a sword do? It cuts. So this man, Esau Edom, the one that's in rulership, that has the whole planet under his grip, has cut peace and taken peace from the earth. Look at all the war. Look at all the conflict that's happening on the planet. You know what I mean? Just look at it, man. So now it's like when peace is removed, you see divisions, you see conflict, and the tension or hidden tensions that's in people are exposed now because they have no inner spiritual safety net, so to speak. Not even a safety net. Their inner self is dead, basically, man, because this man has taken peace from the earth. So look at the people. As the rulers, look at the people now. You see, when peace is taken from the earth, you get division and conflict. You see? And then the removal of peace is basically often reveals the true state of the people. Look at the people mind. Look at their low morale of this place, man. Their spiritual connection is gone at the end of the day. And if you think about it on the spiritual level, peace is really a gift from Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And when their hand is lifted up, so what it does, it allows people to experience the consequences of its own choices. And if you spiritual, look before you today. When you go to social media and you click and go to YouTube or whatever, TikTok, just look at it. It's right in front of your face if you're looking at it through a spiritual lens, man. So right here it says, Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red. And we know horse represents power. The red represents death. So Edom was born red all over like a hairy garment, roughly paraphrasing, when you go into the book of Genesis. And he was given that blessing. So the people as a whole, or that person to sit upon that horse, represents power. Who has the power today? The Edomites, man, the top elite banking families. That's what that's going into. Because they have control over the what? Over the media. They have control over the way you live. They have control over the monetary system. Everything. So right again in Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power, you see, and power was given to him. You see, power was given to him that's set thereon to take peace from the earth. I remember the brother saying that, man, you catch a common cold, because there wasn't no such thing as a common cold. And back in the ancient world, how things are today, the food wasn't tainted. You see what I'm saying? Things was a whole lot better, man. And you speed up to today's time, look at the morale and the standard of the people. Their spiritual connection is gone, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So I was just laying in bed thinking like, damn, here it is. There was a man down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This woman had a car accident. Instead of this man, getting help or getting an ambulance, this man went and took advantage of her. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean? There was a manager at Popeyes that shot the coworker he was working with over burnt biscuits. See, a lot of these things happen because there's no peace on the earth, man. And it's going to get even worse and worse. So that culmination to what? A judgment coming and going to usher in a new era, man. You people have to wake up, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, see this thing for what it is, man. In the NLT, it says, then another horse appeared, a red one. Its rider, so your horse have to have a rider, meaning there has to be someone in power, basically. You see? Was given a mighty sword. A sword do what? Cut. Who was blessed with the sword? Edom, Esau. Bless me, even me, Father. You see, Jacob and Esau. So Esau was given that sword to cut, to take away peace from the earth. And that's a result of what? Everything, civil unrest, people confused, people are depressed, anxiety at an all-time high, and basically those are demons. But when you got evil people that's ruling, and basically they cast spells upon the people through their sorcery, their witchcraft, their idolatry, and now the minds of the people is basically gone, man, because he's taking peace from the earth. And the authority to take peace from the earth, and there was war and slaughter everywhere. Look at it, man. Look at what's going on right now before you. Again, anxiety and depression. People feel an inner unrest, man. They empty on the inside. Although you have people that have many material things, big houses and jet setting and taking trips and doing this and that and the third, making money, especially Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man, they making money, want to be equal in society, but all in all, they still feel an inner unrest. They're spiritually dead at the end of the day. So there's a spiritual emptiness, man, a disconnect. Then you go down to the family structure. You have the families, conflicts and divorce, generational strife amongst the families nowadays. Then you go to the so-called communities, okay? They're often divided by what? Ideology, race, so-called race or so-called religion, debate over values, whether it's gender or education in your household, in the community. You want to go one way, and the woman or whatever want to go the other way. There's a disconnect. There's a bunch of confusion, man. All because there's no peace on the earth, man. I was just laying down in the bed now thinking about that. I was like, Spirit had me to get up, start recording. And this scripture stuck with me, man. So everything, it makes sense. Everything you see happening, all the dysfunctional things that's going on, all the social media folly that you see, all because peace was taken from the earth. And it was given to him to do so because there's a judgment associated and tied to this. There's a new era, so to speak. A transformation is happening, man. And the only way you go find inner peace is you come back to the wisdom and knowledge and understanding and your true nationality from your respectable tribe, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you will have a clear understanding as to why things are happening the way they are. You will be able to see it for what it is now. And this, like, we blessed beyond, man, we blessed beyond means to either be exposed to this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and by Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, giving us this understanding to see it, man. This is a blessing worth more than anything, man. To be able to see things through the Spirit and tie it to the Bible, biblical prophecy reigns supreme, man. You see, violence and crime. So there's a spiritual and moral void of people. You got the political unrest, the protests. You got the political instability that's going on. There's no trust. You got global fear. So it's basically a spiritual warning where it shows what happens when the Lord take his protection, you know what I'm saying, away. And then you see the people left with their own devices. And now you see a bunch of folly, a bunch of mindless, soulless emptiness of the people running rampant throughout the streets, man. And I see why Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of the people, roughly paraphrasing. You know, then they got a condom where they found parasites in the condom. It's like when you turn on the news and you start to look at these things, like everything is at a moral decay and a spiritual instability. And you only have to tie it to the scriptures to be able to get this understanding, man. It says that Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. Remember, I brought out what? The violence and crime. You see? All because this man was given authority to take peace from the earth. That's why you see things happening before you today. That's how you make sense of it through the scriptures. To take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. When you go back to the scriptures where that blessing with Jacob and Esau, and when Isaac gave Esau that blessing, he gave the blessing of the sword, man. Why think his military so great? You see, why think he had all this conflict with these other nations since you've been given that blessing? You see? And now when you look at it and speed it up into the morals of the people, the family structure, the value, and plus for the Israelites, on the curses as well. You can't forget about that. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Bashai, that's all tied into anxiety and depression at an all-time high. People feeling a inner unrest. They're not whole inside. They're empty. They have the material things, but there's a spiritual emptiness. There's a spiritual disconnect, man. That's why the families having divorce and there's conflicts within the family and in the communities and things of that nature, violence and crime, political unrest, to the point where there's political instability. There's no trust. Global fear. You see? Because this man was given power to take peace from the earth, man. You get sick. Your sinuses clogged up. It's a variety. Everything that's happened is tied to the scriptures, man. And people don't even understand that. So the removal of peace, right, often reveals the true state of the people. And look at it. So when all hell break loose, because it's going to do that, you know what I'm saying, at time of Jacob's trouble, that's why one of the reasons why the Lord sent out his men to go out on the highways and byways to wake up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get plugged in now to get this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, because this is what's going to keep you stable. And when we go out in public and things of that nature, people look at us, man, because there's a spirit upon us that we didn't even ask for. So it's a blessing, man, to have this understanding, man, and to fight. Because just look at the people around you. Look at the people at your job. Yeah, you might have a family at home, but that woman ain't with you really, man. Here it is, a man to ask another man, what one desire you want to have? I want to have freedom of speech. But then again, you bite your tongue around your woman. You ain't no man in this goddamn society, man. You a little boy. We need Yahweh Basham Abishai to usher in, the kingdom, man. To come and take us out of this place, because this is not our rest. Just look at this shit. Look at it, man. We don't have no families. We don't have, the only family we have is the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, we part of that number. And I pray, I hope I am, man. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. I hope that makes sense as to he shall take peace from the earth. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.